let's get started with the chocolate mug cake. So I'm gonna add in the liquids first, and then I will add in the dry ingredients. So first and foremost, I always put oil on the spoon, and that way the oil coats the spoon and the nut butter will just slide right out when I go to scoop that. So I'm gonna do my tablespoon of oil first. So 1 tablespoon of oil. And then you want to add in 1 tablespoon of any sort of alternative fat, or you could just add in another tablespoon of the oil. So there's tahini, there's coconut butter, and I'm going to do some peanut butter. This is actually a chunky peanut butter, but it will work just fine. So throw in a tablespoon of that, and because I added the oil, it just slid right out. Can you guys see how that peanut butter is just sliding out of the tablespoon? Clean my spoon, and now I'm going to add in my 3 tablespoons of sweetener. Okay, and then we'll get our 3 tablespoons of milk. And we'll throw in 5 tablespoons of flour. 2, 3, 4, 5. And right on top of this, I'm going to throw in my pinch of baking soda and a pinch of salt, just a tiny pinch of salt. And then a dash of vanilla. And we mix all of this up. Okay, and this is good, and it would be fine if I threw it in like this, but I do want it to be just a bit thinner, so I'm going to throw in half a tablespoon of milk. Just half a tablespoon. So you guys can kind of eyeball the batter. So since this was a thicker, chunkier peanut butter, I think that's what kind of made the difference, where I felt like I needed just a bit more liquid. And then I'm going to throw in a little bit of chocolate chips. You just want to make sure you taste the batter and make sure that it is all really sweet and yummy and it tastes like you want it. If you feel like this needs a little bit more sweetness, then make sure you add in a little bit more. The recipe is yours to customize, so, you know, do as you please. And then lastly, for aesthetic value, I'm just going to add a few chocolate chips to the top. I'll go pop this in the microwave for 2 minutes and I'll be right back. So for recipe 2, we are going to make a traditional vanilla cake. Okay, so for the vanilla cake, I'm going to start with the oil again. So we grab 1 tablespoon of oil. And this time I'm going to throw in a bit of coconut oil instead. So if you're going to use coconut oil, I would just say go a little bit under than over a tablespoon, because coconut oil does melt into a little bit of a thinner consistency. But yeah, just maybe a little scratch off a tablespoon. Honestly, if you do put in a full tablespoon, it's okay as well. So throw that in. We're going to throw in our sweetener next. There's 1 tablespoon. Two tablespoons. 3 tablespoons. Okay, and then we're going to add in our 3 tablespoons of milk. There we go. I'll also just add in my vanilla at this point, and I'm going to put in a little bit more vanilla because this is just a vanilla cake, so maybe like a half a teaspoon. And then just try and really mix that up well. And so the next thing we're gonna do is put in our dry ingredients. We're gonna do 5 tablespoons of flour. So 1, 2, pinch of baking soda, and a pinch of salt. And we'll microwave this for 2 minutes and I'll be back. Okay, and then the last cake is a strawberry tahini cake. So 1 tablespoon of oil, and then 1 tablespoon of tahini this time. And then 3 tablespoons of milk. Okay. Our vanilla. Our liquid sweetener. Okay. Stir that around. There we go. Then we throw in our ingredients. We'll do 6 tablespoons of flour. 3, 4, 5, 6. A pinch of baking soda. Or a pinch of salt. And then some chopped berries. I threw in about 2 strawberries, not about, exactly 2 strawberries. About 2 tablespoons of strawberries. Just want to lightly fold that in, not too much, or else your whole batter is going to turn like pink, which you don't want. So we'll just do that. And just take a look at this tahini strawberry mud cake. What a beauty. Okay, I'm gonna go for the vanilla one, which doesn't rise as much, but it tastes so good. So I topped it with a few raspberries, so I'm just gonna show you guys what the texture looks like. It's really nice and fluffy. Okay. I personally love vanilla cake. It's like my all-time favorite, and this hits the spot. It's delicious. You could throw in a few sprinkles into this one and it would taste like a, it would be like a confetti cake. This is awesome. Some coconut cream, some coconut like whipped cream. That would also be really great with this one. That, if you are craving chocolate, Sorry, I'm eating with my mouth open, but if you are craving chocolate like midnight, you know, 4 a.m. after school, this is the mug cake for you. It is super good. It is a little more dense than the other ones, but it's still very moist, like being a microwave cake. It's very moist, super chocolatey, a little hint of peanut butter, but not much. So if you're not a fan of peanut butter, I would suggest don't add in the peanut butter, use another butter. Okay, now this is the prettiest one, hands down. I'm actually not a massive fan of tahini, but I think tahini and strawberries, they have something going for them. So I'm going to just move this decoration piece to the side, and we will take a bite in. This is very fluffy. Wow. It smells a bit like tahini. Yeah, it's all I really smell. I would say it's like tahini, but I did drizzle tahini on the top. Okay, let's give it a try. It's super unique. Like, I haven't had anything like this ever. My camera just cut me off on the rest of my review for the tahini strawberry mug cake, but it is so delicious. Hands down, you've never had anything like this, and the strawberries I love in this. It just cuts through a little bit of that bitterness or the richness that tahini comes with, and it's really good if you want to try something new and if you're bored of like the traditional chocolate and vanilla cake. Also, the tahini as the fat in any of the recipes really makes the cake rise. I don't know what it is about tahini and its properties, but it really helps cakes rise. So any of the variations, if you do it with tahini, you will actually have the fluffiest results. And I would say that just the coconut oil will give you the densest results. Almond butter also is pretty good and fluffy. I would say it makes the cake fluffier than a peanut butter, even a non-chunky peanut butter. But really, all of the work, and it's just about finding your preference. This is a very versatile recipe that you can, you know, change up a little bit here and there depending on how sweet or how creamy or how thick or how fluffy you like your cakes to be. It's just a great go-to basic sort of recipe, vegan mug cake recipe if you are ever craving something, you know, a little something sweet, but you don't want to make a whole cake. It's super easy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and all my previous videos. I make content every Mondays and Fridays here on YouTube. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share if you enjoyed watching this video. I will see you guys in my next video on Friday.